Hello, dog lovers, coming to you all the way from North Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. It's the week of Canada Day celebrations. And hello, dog lovers. My name is Saro. I'm a dog trainer, also coach dog owners. Welcome to another weekly live coaching session. Hope you're doing well. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon as well, so you will get notified as soon as I post my next video or if I go live. In this live video, I'm going to try to answer all your dog related questions, as many as possible. Uh, and in this channel, we focus on training dogs without the use of food, treats, aversive tools like shock collars, prong collars, choke chain collars, force or domination, or being alpha. Instead, we focus on using a natural form of training method that lately we have done. There has been some research done that proves that is the most natural and healthiest way of training dogs, which is using play and praise as a reward to train and modify dogs' behavior. So that's what we focus on this channel. Plus, I talk a lot about beagles because I love beagles. I own beagles. And speaking of beagles, on Sunday, um, June 28th at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Keep an eye on my channel. You will be notified if you are subscribed to the channel. A new video is coming out that I will be talking about all the things about beagles, everything about beagles. You may want to know. You may know and you may not know, or you're wondering, should I get a beagle or not? Is beagle right dog for me? If those are the questions that you're asking yourself, you want to watch this video, which is coming up on Sunday, putting the finishing touches on it, and you will really love it. I have asked many beagle lovers as well to submit photos for this video, and I've got tons of pictures of cute, lovely beagles as well that are going to be included in the video. And also the week after that, there will be another beagle related video as well. So as I said, it's Canada Day week. We are celebrating Canada Day in Canada. And we are celebrating in a different way, due to circumstances of what is happening around the world. We are celebrating in virtually, which is very strange. The celebration would be taking place on Wednesday, July 1st. That's the birthday of Canada. And throughout the show, I will be, if the time allows, I will be talking more about Canada as well and how things are going in Canada. But let's get started on Q&A of the show, and I will start with the first question that we have. Let me just check if everything is working properly. Looks like everything is going well. And we are ready to roll. Okay, so this is a very interesting name, Monk Schuld. Hi, what AM or PM should we walk our dogs? I'm guessing that question, when to walk your dog. So in general, what you want to do is walk your dog not once. You don't want to put all the pressure and all the energy on one walk. You want to divide it in 2 or 3 walks, preferably 2. So one walk in the morning, one walk in the evening. That would be the ideal way of walking a dog. So I would say maximum you want to walk a dog 90 minutes. An hour a day is perfect, is good enough. Half an hour in the morning, half an hour in the evening. That would be the ideal amount of walks. Um, you don't want to go more than 90 minutes per day. That would be my suggestion. Next question is from Danielle. Hello, Saro. Tomorrow we will get a beagle which is 50 days old and we plan to use pellet food. My question is where and how to teach him to do his needs. We live in an apartment. If you live in an apartment, you will have a little bit of challenge. So let me address the first part of the question. It's not a question, it's a comment that you're making, which you're referring that as you're going to start to feed your puppy pellet food. I'm guessing kibble or dry food. So I wouldn't start feeding pellet food, dry food. I would suggest to start feeding fresh food. The reason I'm suggesting this is not only because it helps your puppies lifelong to provide fresh food, so it will live a healthy and happy long life, but also it will help you with your what you're asking is potty training, how to start the potty training and how to get it going. It will help you with the potty training if you feed fresh food. The problem with pellet food or kibble or dry food is that when you start feeding that to your puppy, because it's dry food, it forces the puppy to drink a lot of water. It makes them to poop a lot as well. So you will have a very hard time to potty train your puppy. So especially that you're living in an apartment building, you want to make those trips uh, less, right? You want to have less trips to outside. You have to take your puppy outside of the building somewhere that is dedicated or preferred to allow the puppy to do its business. I don't suggest doing uh, allowing the puppy to do its business on the pee pads or on the balcony. It's just not natural. It's behaviorally, it doesn't help the puppy as well. It confuses them. Dogs in general, they want to do their business outside of the house, outside of where they live. So it's preferred if you put the jacket on or put the shoes on, go down the elevator if you have to go, take the puppy outside and let it do somewhere outside of the building. But if you feed fresh food, either home cooked or raw diet, you're going to be having less trips to go anyways, first of all. And second of all, uh, if you do it that way, you don't have to worry much about potty training. It will make it easier. The other problem with pee pads is, pee pads are for emergency. You can have it in the apartment or in the balcony just in case if you missed it. But I would suggest to take your puppy every 2 hours, whether your puppy is asking or not. Every 2 hours, take your puppy outside of the building and let its business. If it does it, fine. If it doesn't, bring it back. Try another time again. But for the first 48 hours to 72 hours, you want to take your puppy out every 2 hours. That would be ideal. Whether if it's on a kibble or raw diet or fresh food, home cooked, you want to take that procedure. And if you need more information, I just made a video. I'm gonna share it in the channel, in the chat area. It's called potty training. Go ahead and watch that for more info. Anvi is saying hi, Saro. Hi, Anvi. Thank you for being here. Appreciate that. Antonio says hi, Saro. How should I teach my beagle to come? To teach a beagle to come is one of those things that it will take a long time. Now, teaching a dog to come, you have to understand that that is one of the commands or one of the things we ask any dog, a beagle, to do after we've taught them the basics, which is sit and stay. You have to have a good result out of sit and stay in order to improve the come command, right? So start with in basics, start practicing and training your beagle, the basics, the sit, stay, and then add come to it. That's my first suggestion. The second suggestion is don't off leash your beagle and practice come recall, because then they're not going to come if they're off leash. 90% of the time they don't come, and what happens when you ask them to come and they don't come, they learn not to come. So you want to make sure that they're on leash and you're practicing the recall command. And what happens after a few months, you're going to start extending that leash to make it further and further from you and ask your beagle to come. So recall command in general, it will take few months, I would say 6 months to a year to accomplish. And as a beagle owner, you shouldn't be off leashing your beagle for the first year as well. So don't just, you're practicing come on a leashed beagle for a year before you off leash it. And whenever your beagle is off leash, uh, try not to ask your beagle to come, because 99% of the time they won't come. And then if they don't come, they're practicing and you're teaching them not to come. So instead of come, maybe ask your beagle to sit and then go grab them or put the leash on or whatever you have to do. And if you want to learn the commands themselves, I have tons of videos on my channel that you can watch. But if you want to learn how to teach a beagle to come, I have a video that I'm going to share it in the chat area. I'm going to call it come command, and it's in the chat area. Go ahead and watch that as well. Carlos is saying, hey Saro, my pit bull keeps biting my bulldog for no reason. He bit him legs and pulls him. What's the best way to stop them? I'm guessing one of them is younger than the other. I'm not sure. I'm guessing one of your pit bulls is younger than the other, and that's the reason it's biting. So it's playing. So you need to provide maybe different adult beagles who are playful, or different puppies who are playful to your pit bull. It just needs different energy to play with. Your bigger, your other bull probably is older, doesn't feel like playing with your pit bull. Probably I'm not sure the details, but I'm guessing this is what's happening. You just got a pit bull puppy, and you have an older beagle pit bull as well, and your older pit bull is having a hard time getting used to the new dog coming in, especially being a young one. So they will be dramatic a little bit, play hard to catch, and they won't be playing with your younger one. And you want to provide different energy, different dogs to play with. Maybe take it whenever you see your puppy pit bull is playing and annoying the other ball, that's a signal that you may want to take it for a walk, provide different forms of stimulation, play, different form of exercise. Maybe you play with it, maybe take it for a walk. Just refocus your puppy's energy to different activity. Abhishek, I'm guessing. Hi, Saro. My neighbors want to leave a 3-year-old beagle for adoption as they cannot take care of it. I already have a rescued Indian puppy. He is now 4 months. He wants to be his playmate, but Beagle is very cold to him. Today, Beagle tried to sniff him. If I take that Beagle, will it be able to live with my puppy? Also, are beagles indifferent to their masters? good question. So let me just review the question. So the beagle is 3 years old, and you have a dog. You have a puppy 4 months old. Okay. So the good news is that beagles in general, they get along with all kinds of dogs, all kinds of uh, pets in general. 99% of the time, there's that 0.1% that the beagle has some behavioral issues, which is very rare. I have come across beagles who have behavioral issues. It's not that they're angels and they're perfect, but in general, beagles are easygoing dogs. They will get along with other dogs and pets. Um, so if, especially that you have a puppy, they will get along. But one of the things that you have to understand, whenever you bring any new dog, like previous question about the pit bull, whenever you have a dog and you bring another dog, in overall they will not get along in the beginning. That's natural. Just think of it yourself. Whenever you have guests, the guests, they don't feel 100% at home when they come. It takes maybe a few hours for them to relax and feel comfortable, and then if they're going to stay at your home, for instance, it takes few days or even few weeks for them to really get comfortable and get cozy in the house. So for them, it will take some time to get along. It is natural for them to ignore each other or react to each other. As a dog owner yourself, it's your duty to help them to get along. So maybe walk them side by side, not side by side, but separately on one side of you. Take them for a walk. Bring them, monitor them. If one needs a break from the other one, allow that to happen. Let them to have that break. If they want to play with each other and they want to interact with each other, supervise it, make sure, for the first few weeks they're getting along. Myself, for example, I have a 10-year-old beagle now, and I got a puppy when he was 9 years old, and she she was she was annoying. She was annoying. Was bothering my 9 years old. In the beginning, my 9-year old didn't want to do anything with that energy. Didn't want to do anything. But now they're getting along, almost, I would say, 90%. Um, they're playing together. Sometimes they sleep together. They're starting to accept each other as roommates and or living together. So it took, I don't know, my case, it took 3 months, few months for them to get along. So expect to have that going on as well. So it doesn't happen overnight. It will take a few months maybe for them to get along. But I would highly suggest you to take that beagle, because beagles are awesome, and also you get to help another beagle, another dog, instead of going to the rescue shelter or something like that. You're saving a dog as well. So I would highly suggest you to do that. Go ahead and get that beagle and help it to live with you. Solang. Hello from the land down under. Hi. So another British kind of Canada, Australia, England. Uh, we are cousins in a way. I have a Stafford, and she's 9 weeks old. By the way, what is the birthday of Australia? I would be curious to know. I could Google it, but I would like you to answer that question. So July 1st is Canada's birthday. I have a Stafford, and she's 9 weeks old. I'm wondering what is a good time to speed de-sex her. Oh, uh, you mean spay her? 9 weeks old. The best time is to wait until they have had their um, Um, they go in heat. You know, if it's a male, if it's a female, they the first time, as soon as they go in heat, then you start thinking of spaying them. Instead of spaying, I suggest you to think of sterilizing. It's a different procedure. The organs are still there, but they're not removing completely the organs. I have a video that you can watch actually. Let me see if I can share that with you. Yeah. Copy. After the first heat, uh, I'm going to share. It's called Spain. I'm going to call it Spain. So it will be in the chat area. And if it's a male, you usually want to wait until as much as possible. What I mean is, if they're not having behavioral issue related to being not neutered, let it stay unneutered as much as possible. The later to neuter a male, the better. Studies have shown that if possible, if we don't neuter or spay our dogs, it's better. It's healthier. But unfortunately, in this society, what happens if we don't do that? We, in a way, we are advocating of multiplying and breeding, overbreeding. So we don't want to do that. We want to be responsible dog owners and spay or neuter our dogs whenever it becomes to last option. That would be the last option. Uh, Personally, I wouldn't spay or neuter my dogs, but because I have a doggy daycare, I run a doggy daycare, and my dogs are always involved with all kinds of dogs, and we don't want the accident to happen. I have to spay my female, and I have to neuter my males. But in the perfect world, I wouldn't, right? But yeah, go ahead and watch that video. It'll give you a little bit more information. But in general, you wait until the first they go into first heat, or about 8 months and older for females. Lisa is saying, I'm getting a 10-month-old Shih Tzu on July 8th. Do you have any tips? Yes, I have a lot of tips. By the way, I love your app. So what I would love you to do is go ahead and watch this video series. It's all about puppies. I recently in January I adopted a Beagle mixed puppy, and I started documenting and filming and sharing a lot of information and tips about puppies, how to raise them, and all that. So I suggest you to start watching these videos, puppy training video series. So that's what I'm going to call, and I'm going to share it in the chat line. Go ahead and watch those. That's even better to watch and learn. I have um, some of my viewers. One of them actually recently I've noticed. She says whenever I watch your videos, I have a piece of paper and a pen ready to take notes. That's my videos are very educational. There are tons of tips and information in it. So yeah, I would suggest you either to take a note, actual note, or take digital notes, on the phone. Just take notes, and there are tons of it. So a 10-month-old, when you're getting a 10-month-old puppy, you have to be ready. You have to be, in general, puppy proof the house. Have a few things ready, food ball, water ball. Think about starting to actually changing the puppy's diet and start feeding fresh food, raw diet or home cooked diet. Have a crate ready so puppy stays in the crate. Have an expand so it has a play area, dedicated play area. Don't let puppy to roam around the house. and have accidents and then punish the puppy because it has accidents, all kinds of tips, right? So those are the things that we talk about in that video series. So I would suggest to just simply go and watch my videos. That's the best way of um, learning and educating yourself. So the goal of the channel is to help you to become an educated dog lover. And everybody is a dog lover, but my goal is to make you to become an educated dog lover. So meanwhile, if you could, please help the channel and help me to help you by liking the video. Make sure that you hit the like button. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button as well to get notified as well whenever I go live or whenever I post a new video. Make sure to share my videos. If you want to help me, make sure to share the videos. Make sure that you watch the videos. Make sure that you comment on the videos. Share your thoughts. Share your opinion. Tell me, give me feedback. Let me know how the videos are, how how the quality of the video is. Is the sound good? Is the music on the background good? Do you need music on the background? Share some feedback with me. That would be great if you want to support me. And if you want to go to the next level of supporting me, I will suggest you to check out my online courses. I have several online courses that I think you will benefit from them if you take a look at my online courses, which you can find them at sarodogtraining.com. There is an online course ideal for you. That's another way of supporting me. I also offer virtual training as well and coaching, which is wherever you are in the world, I can help you and support you and coach you as well. So those are some of the ways that you can help me, and um, we can increase the visibility of the channel and the power of YouTube algorithm to make the channel grow faster as well. All right. Where was I? Okay, here we go. France is asking, is it okay to get a beagle from pet store if I can get one from the rescue? If I can't get one from rescue. To be honest with you, I wouldn't suggest getting a dog from pet store. The reason for that is whether you are thinking, okay, there is no other choice, I have to get a dog from pet store. Every time we do make that decision and we get a dog or puppy from pet store, we're supporting the puppy meal production. I just recently actually did a video. I would love you to watch this video. Um, it is about beagles, but in general, I'm talking about all kinds of breeds, all kinds of dogs, and I'll share the link in the chat area. Um, I don't suggest getting a beagle from pet store, no matter what. The reason for that is because, again, you're supporting puppy meals, and whenever you support them puppy meals, they keep going, and they do come whenever you get a dog from pet store, which is coming directly from puppy meals, you will have a puppy that is going to have health issues and behavioral issues guaranteed. I guarantee you're going to have problem with that dog. So you don't want to risk that. You don't want to have a puppy from puppy meal or pet store, because not only you're supporting puppy meals, you're going to get a lemon. So the better choice is to wait it, visit your local pet dog shelters, or contact the rescue organizations in your local area. in this day and age, there are rescue organizations everywhere. Even in smallest towns of every corner of this in the world, in any country, there are rescue organizations. They're either local or they're being supported from other countries. For instance, I know for sure there are several rescue organizations that their headquarters are in Canada, but they're supporting and helping dogs and um, rescue dogs from, let's say, Puerto Rico, from other countries. And there are people who represent uh, this shelter, this rescue organization in Canada, in Puerto Rico. So you contact somebody, somehow you can find your ideal dog from the shelter, from the rescue organization. You will rescue a dog, you will help a dog, you will make a difference, you will change a life. That would be my suggestion. That would be the ideal way of getting a dog. I wouldn't support the pet store. Even though you're thinking, okay, I'm supporting my local pet store, but the pet store unknowingly also it's supporting the puppy mill. They don't know. So your job would be I actually to go to the pet store and educate the pet store owner and let them know that they're getting a dog from puppy mill. Stop that marketing. Let them know that they shouldn't be doing that, and ask them to not sell pets in the pet store, in their pet store. Just focus on selling pet products, not pets themselves. So that would be my ideal scenario and situation and suggestion. But thank you for uh, thinking about getting a beagle. There are tons of beagles in the shelters as well. So I shared the link in the chat area how, where, and when to get a beagle. Take a look watch that video and think about it. Christina, hi Sarah. How do I stop my beagle from barking? When she is alone, she barks nonstop and can't seem to calm down. So one of the traits of beagles is that they bark, they howl, they bay, and it's part of their breed. They have been bred to do that. Um, so my upcoming video that is going to be uploaded on Sunday, make sure to watch that. And I mentioned this in that video as well. And I have videos on my channel also how to stop the barking. But a beagle, you have to understand, has been bred and designed to bark. They've been used for hunting. That's what we breed them. That's why we bred them. But we're still breeding them. So what you have to understand is that they bark because it's naturally embedded in their system. And especially when you leave them alone, they will bark for sure because beagles have been bred and designed to hunt for humans by humans. So if that means they are meant to work with humans closely, by humans and for humans, right? So therefore, if you detach them from humans, they stress out and they get anxious and they bark. So you can't leave a beagle home alone in general because that's how they are, right? Now, if you want it to stop barking, you have to train it. The training of a beagle not to bark, it takes time because you have to override the behavior that is in tune in their system already. What that means is it's bred in them, and you have to override that behavior. In order to override the behavior, you have to train your beagle. In order to train your beagle, you have to invest up to 6 months to train the beagle because you have to go through the steps of teaching the basic obedience to your beagle, which is teaching, for example, sit, come, stay, and then you move to teaching your beagle the wait command. There's a difference between wait and stay. Not many people realize this. Not many dog owners know this, the difference between wait and stay. They think it's the same thing, and they use it the same way, and they use it at the wrong place at the wrong time. Stay means you're telling your beagle to stay to maybe up to 5 minutes, and you're visible in front of your dog. Your beagle or your dog can see you. Wait is long, it starts from 5 minutes to 4 hours, and you're not visible to your beagle, to your dog. So you have to teach this process for the dog to understand that, okay, we go from stay to wait, and transitioning from stay to wait takes months, because you have to start teaching, for example, the stay command, 10 seconds reward, 20 second reward, 1 minute reward, 2 minutes reward. The dog learns to stay. Then when it comes to wait, you start teaching the dog to wait for a minute, reward. Waits for 2 minutes, reward. Wait for 5 minutes, reward. Wait for 10 minutes, reward, on and on. And this, it takes a long time to teach it. And that's how you teach a dog, a beagle, to learn to wait and then not to bark. Because when you teach a beagle to wait, it teaches them that I have a job to do. Beagles are working breed. They are bred to work. You have to tell them what to do. You tell them to go hunt, go find a hunt, and they go and find it. You tell them to wait, they will wait. The wait becomes a job for them. Instead of stressing themselves, oh, where's mom? Oh, what time it is? Well, it's not coming. What's going on? Instead of doing that, they'll say, oh, I just have to wait for my mom. That's okay. I'll just wait. I'm going to wait. My job is to wait. I'm just going to wait. I'm not going to stress out. I'm just going to wait because I know what's coming up. That's the state of mind that you have to put your beagle into. Make sense? If you want to learn more about how to stop beagle barking, I will do a video in near future. So make sure, I'm going to take a note of that. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon as well. So you will be notified as soon as this video comes up. So I've made a note to make a video about barking beagles. Thank you for the idea and thank you for the question. Hope you will have a fantastic day. We have Greek freak. Are you really Greek? I used to live in Greece for 6 years. Yasu, Tikanis re. Pospai. I speak Greek, so I hope you're Greek. My 2-month-old female beagle keeps biting me while playing. What do I do? So a 2-month-old, when it's biting, it's a natural behavior. It's very natural. It's very common for a puppy, especially a 2-month-old beagle, to bite. The reason that happens is because it's playing. You know, beagles and puppies in general, that's how they play. They bite each other. One is because it's a play instinct in their system that they need to bite, and that's how they interact with other puppies. So your puppy is playing with a human, which doesn't play that way, and the human is complaining that the puppy is biting. So you have to provide puppies to play with your puppy, or dogs to play with your puppy, because if you don't, then it just practices biting on you. So what you want to do is provide other good dogs who can tolerate puppies and they can play properly and nicely together, or provide puppies who can play properly with your puppy. So provide puppies or dogs to play instead of you playing. And if you're going to play with your puppy, make sure you're playing with toys. So you're not using your hand. Redirect the behavior to toys. The other thing is that a 2-month-old puppy is teething. What that means is they're replacing their puppy teeth with adult teeth. So it's kind of they get this sensation in their gums that they feel funny. So in order to release that sensation, they start biting and nipping and chewing things. So again, provide toys and chew toys for your puppy, Beagle puppy, to focus on and work on. So I'm going to share a video in the chat area. It's called Biting. Please watch that for more information. And let me know if you're really Greek. Gaming Twin says hi. Thank you for being here. Hi. Danielle is saying, isn't he too young to go outside? Is this a follow-up from a question? A 4-month-old to go outside. Is that the one that you're asking, the 4-month-old? No, it's not. It's not too young to go outside. Puppies, as soon as they have their second shot, usually vets suggest third shot, which is the rabies. I don't know if every city, every province, every state, every country is different than the others. So you just have to find out what is the bylaws and regulations of your particular place that you're living, and what the regulations are. But for instance, in Canada, in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, we need to have the third shot rabies before we can, for example, travel to US, because US is asking us to have dogs, or dogs have rabies. Other than that, second shot, they're good to go. As soon as they have their second shot, they are good to go and mingle with other dogs and other human beings. Rogi says hi. Thank you for being here, Rugi. Thank you for joining the live session. Gloria, hi, Saro. Do you have any videos or suggestions for crate training a puppy? Yes, I do have videos. One video I have about crate training. And I think, one of the things about crate training is that you have to understand that there are two kinds of dogs in general. Those dogs who love, in general, we say dogs are den animals, but it's not real. It's not true. Some trainers, some professionals will say that dogs are den animals. They're not really den animals. They are den animals for a limited time. The only time that they're den animals is when they are puppy. When a mom, let's say, for example, a wolf mom is pregnant and has puppies, it will pick a den and make a den and have the babies in the den, because that's safe area, safe environment. The puppies are going to be born and raised in the den, and then once they are older, I would say 6-8 months, maybe even a year older, depends on different wolves. All the wolves in the world, that we have few of them anyways, their lifestyle is a little bit different than northern wolves, or wolves we have in Canada, for example. It depends. So 6-8 months they live in the den, and once they are adult, they come out of the den. They don't go back to the den. The den gets destroyed. Mom doesn't need it anymore. So you have to understand that in general there are, and this leads me to the idea that some dogs, because of breeding, they love them. Like, for example, my older Beagle, Harvey, he likes the crate. He doesn't love it. He likes it. He'll go in there once in a while. But my new puppy, Annie, she loves the crate. She will go in there all the time. Whenever she's done with her day, whenever she needs a break, she's tired, or she needs a nap or sleep, she goes in there automatically. She loves it. So it depends on each dog. If they are a den dog or not den dog. You can't force it. You can't teach them to learn to have to like crates. So what I share in the video, which I'm gonna share it in the chat area, that's what I'm talking about. It's, you just have to see if your dog is one of those dogs. It's loving the den, is loving the crate or the kennel or not. If they like it, they like it. If they don't like it, you can't force them to like it. You can help them to like it and see if they're going to enjoy it. And that's the process that I show and teach in that video. So it's in the chat area, the link for that video. Go ahead and watch that. We have Ruggy. Why my dog keeps pulling the leash every time I'm walking? The reason they pull on the leash is because, you know, dogs, they are curious. They want to go and explore the world. So if most of the time the leash pulling happens when they are young. The young dogs, they're explorers. They are exploring the world. They are learning about the world. They're learning about everything that is happening in the world. So they do explore, and when they explore, they want to go here, they want to go there, they want to go there, back. Oh, I missed that. You know, so that's the reason they pull on the leash, because they are in explorer mode. And you have to allow your dog to explore, your puppy, especially if you have a young dog, right? Let them explore. And there are ways that you can teach a dog to stop pulling on the leash. One of them is wait it out. What I mean by that is you just have to let them let them explore, get comfortable, get used to it, and then you'll see they're going to go into stealth mode or walking mode. Um, so what I suggest, for example, if you're going for, let's say, half an hour walk with your dog, the first 10 15 minutes, let them explore, let them do whatever they want. It's their walk. Let them enjoy the walk. You know, it's like, you know, me telling you, giving you a laptop and say, you know, don't do anything with it, just have it. It's not fun to. That's Annie, my puppy. uh, that one, Annie, my puppy, my star. um, um, so if you're going to let your puppy or dog go for a walk, let them do whatever they want. That's what they want. They want to explore, they want to learn and understand what's going on in the world. I will let my dog to pull on the leash with a reasonable amount, right? If it's choking to the point that is causing harm and physical damage and physical harm, obviously that dog needs to learn a little bit more how to walk, right? With a human, has to learn to cooperate with the human. But in general, you have to have this mindset that this is my dog's walk. I need to let them do whatever they want. So for the first 15 minutes, let them do whatever they want. After 15 minutes, that explorer mode starts reducing. They start calming down. They now know what's going on. They now know, okay, I'm used to it, all these things. They can relax now. Then you're going to see that they're going to start walking properly, and that energy level has been lowered as well. The other suggestion that I have is make sure that your dog is completely calm before you step them out of the door. Now, what I suggest you to do is I have a video series that you can watch, and just go through this video series. Um, I go through each steps of before going out the door, when you go out the door, and while you're walking in the park or outside. What are the steps that you need to take? So I share the link in the chat area. Walking training, I named it. So watch those videos and learn the concept and the idea. You know, I can talk about this question for hours, but We got lots of questions ahead. So watch those videos. Rajesh, how to attract my 80 days old Beagle girl to balcony for pooping. I feed her 3 times a day, Royal Canin palate soak, and she poops inside nowadays. Help me. By the way, she is super sweet while seeing you. While seeing you. um, all right. So 80 days old. That's 2 months, 3 months old, almost 3 months old. Um, this is one of the things that I am talking about. You can't let your dog to do its business on the balcony. It's just not ideal. I mean, dogs and puppies in general, they don't want to do their business indoors. They want to do it outdoors. They're not meant to do their business where they eat, sleep, rest, and live. They want to do it outside. Outside. Their dogs in general are clean animals. They like to keep their environment clean. So therefore, you'll see dogs who are pregnant and they have puppies, for example, and if their puppies are pooping inside the den or anything or peeing, the mom is going to eat it. They're going to clean it up because they want to keep the home, the den clean, right? So dogs are clean animals. They don't want to do their business inside. My puppy Annie, um, she's that type. She doesn't want to do it inside. The only reason she will do inside, she used to do it inside, is because she was forgetting, or she was getting distracted, or she was excited. She would do it, and then now she's older. She's 6 months, over 6 months now, 6 months old now. Um, she even in the backyard that she is allowed to go and do her business, she's still hesitating. She wants to go outside of the house and do it. So that would be my suggestion. Don't let your puppy to learn to do its business inside. And the reason they're doing it inside is because they can't hold it. They are just having a hard time holding it. Especially, if you're feeding your dog kibble dry food, Royal Canin, which is one of the worst foods that you can feed a dog because it's dry, it's full of garbage, and it's highly processed, and it just goes in their system and comes out of their system. So not only is not healthy, it's not beneficial, it just doesn't help you to potty train your puppy either, right? House train your puppy. So I wouldn't feed kibble, especially Royal Canin. I wouldn't feed kibble. I would feed fresh food. I would feed raw diet if possible. Um, and you'll see it'll be easier to potty train or house train your puppy. So that would be my suggestion. If you want to learn what to feed your dog, I have done a video recently. Let me see. So I will leave a link in the chat area what to feed your dog. So that would be my suggestion. Okay, try to change the diet, and you'll see a big difference. And understand that they're not naturally designed and wanting to do their business indoors. Ta, I want to give my dog bite on command training. How? On training and bite. Uh, to train that, you have to contact your local specialty trainer. That's called protection. You want to contact your local trainer who specializes in protection training and work one on one with that trainer. In general, if you want your dog to do uh, bite or protection, you need to have the basics basic training, all the levels of basic training, basic obedience, intermediate level, and advanced level before you get into that level of protection. So make sure that your basics are done and then focus on protection. And then contact your local trainer who specializes on protection. We have 4 balconies, but she still prefers to poop inside our couches. Yeah, that's the sign. Puppies are telling you, I need to go outside. So the best, again, one of my suggestion is take your puppy out of the house every 2 hours and let it do its business outside rather than inside. Teresa is in the house. Thank you for being here, Teresa. Uh, Teresa is one of my students, and that's her cute beagle. So cute. At what age is it acceptable to introduce a puppy to Kong toy? The ones that are shaped odd, that you put food in a little bit of peanut butter on the outside. Thank you, Saro. At what age? You can start them as early as you need to. As soon as they start chewing, as soon as they have teeth, you can start allowing them to chew on a Kong toy. It's a good way of entertaining a puppy. Now, the only thing that I would suggest that you start changing the Kong toy is the Kong toys come in different levels. There are soft Kong toys, mild, and then tough. The reason for that is the soft ones are for puppies, the mild ones are for young dogs, uh, and the hard ones are for those who are hard chewers. So that's the only thing that I would suggest to consider or change. If your puppy is one of those young ones, is very young and has still puppy teeth, you want to go with a soft Kong toy rather than hard ones. That would be the only difference, I would say. Danielle, I have one more question. We have a rabbit at home. Is that a problem for the beagle? Although beagles are type of dogs who are very capable of getting along with all kinds of pets and dogs and animals, including rabbits, you have to know that beagles have been designed and bred to hunt rabbits. Now, I have seen pictures of um, beagles getting along with rabbits. Let me see if I can find that. I actually one of my uh, one of my fans sent me a picture of a beagle getting along with a cat. Let me see if I can share that. So there's a beagle getting along with a cat. And then let me see if I can find the one that it's with a rabbit actually. I remember I got a picture, a beagle with a rabbit. Let me see if I can find it quickly. Can't find it right away, but they do get along with all kinds of pets and dogs. I had a picture of it, but I don't have it at the moment. But what I usually suggest is bring the beagle and see how it goes, how it feels about living with a rabbit. They can get along. It's not that they're enemies. They can get along with all pets and dogs and animals. It's just that um, um, it will take some time for them to get along. So make sure that that happens. Make sure that you give the opportunity for the the beagle to get along with the rabbit. It would be cute though. Carlos is saying, thank you, sorry, you're right. My pit bull is younger than my ball dog, but my pit bull bites everything. I bought him chew toys and I bought him more toys. They all bite them. He just bites the wood. uh, that's a natural behavior. Again, watch that biting video that I have shared in the comments area. It'll give you some more ideas of how to deal with the biting. In general, whenever you see your puppy or your dog is biting, it's focused on biting, that means needs more mental and physical stimulation. So focus on providing more, activities, physical activities, mental activities, walking, you playing, training. Do a lot of training. With a pit bull, you have to focus on training, just like beagles, just like certain breeds and certain dogs. You have to train them a lot. So training is a must. It stimulates them mentally and stimulate physically as well. So whenever you get a behavior like that, don't get pissed. Don't think that they're trying to piss you off or they're bothering you. It it could become they're just giving you a signal that I need more physical and mental stimulation. But if you ignore that message that they're telling you, you'll end up with a dog, especially a pit bull, that is going to turn into aggression and become aggressive pit bull or aggressive dog. So focus on providing a lot of physical and mental stimulation. So that fun, cute, happy-go-lucky pit bull energy doesn't turn into aggression, right? If it turns to aggression, you're gonna have a nightmare in your hand. Uh, Believe it or not, I know this. Pit bulls are sweet animals. They're sweet dogs. The only problem is that pit bull owners, they don't realize that they have a dog who is physically and mentally very powerful, you know and if you don't manage and control it as a dog owner, as a human, you don't control it and let them be in control of their wants and needs, you will create a nightmare, right? And that is why most pit bulls are in news, because dog owners, their owners, they consider them as just a regular pet, puppy, dog, cute dog, and all that. They are. They are very sweet. They are very gentle animals, gentle dogs. But if you don't take control of their movement, their mind, and their behavior, they'll come up with ways to deal with situations, and ideas will come to their mind that they will start digging in deeply and behave in a way that not only is going to put you in danger, it's going to put the public in danger. So focus on training. Beagles, puppies, uh, they need a lot of training. Pit bull puppies need a lot of training. Labs need a lot of training, especially for some reason. I think black labs are more we have three types of labs, for example, chocolate lab, yellow lab, and black labs. I find the black labs are more challenging than the other labs, behavioral wise, because they are a little bit more independent. That's the keyword that you have to understand. Certain breeds are very independent, including beagles and pit bulls. They're independent thinkers and doers and breeds. So you have to tap into their independency and ride off that behavior and start controlling them a little bit more. Tough love is a must. uh, Beep Beep Rocket, please tell me chicken soup spices and ingredients a lot for dogs. Chicken soup spices. I'm not sure what kind of spices are in that chicken soup. In general, the only spices that I would suggest to use with dogs are a little bit of ginger, a touch of garlic, a little bit of turmeric. That's about it. Other spices are not. I mean, I have to do a little bit of digging to remember the name of all the spices, but I will do a video about this topic too, spices for dogs, because a lot of questions comes up about spices. What spices are okay? Um, but um, there is a video that I have done which are safe and healthy ingredients or foods that you can give to your dog. Um, I'm going to call it what is safe for dogs. Watch this video. I have the good and the bad. I'm just going to share the good one. Uh, the bad one is all the bad ingredients that dogs are not supposed to have. It's dangerous. It's linked in that video as well, so you can watch that too. Um, in general, I talk about 10 items that are safe for dogs, and the other video is 20 items that are not safe for dogs. Next question, Rahul. Hi, much love from India. Thank you very much. I'm getting a Beagle puppy in a week's time, and she will be 60 days old by then. What should I do as I bring her home for the first time? So, as a puppy owner yourself, before you bring the puppy at home, make sure that you're puppy proofing the house. What that means is get rid of everything that is in your puppy's height that your puppy can get into and is going to grab it. Just remove all those. Second of all, make sure that you start getting everything that you need for the puppy before the puppy comes home. One of them is crate, one of them is X-Pen, the other thing is food and water bowl, the other thing is leash and collar, and basically my channel. That's all you need. Watch my channel, right? I have tons of information on my channel. So make sure that your puppy is in an environment, in an area that is safe to be, and you cover it or you fence it with an X pen. I don't know if you know what X pen is. I'm going to show what X pen is. Let me see. Hmm. Okay, so this is what I mean. This is what you want to get. So puppy is going to go in there. So you're going to get one of these, right? And you're going to get a crate as well. Get a crate as well, something like this. So you're going to hang up these. Now, don't look at the price. You can get better deals than that. But in general, you're going to get an X pen. You're going to get a crate, and you're going to get ready to have your puppy in there, right? Inside of crate, inside of the X pen. And then you're going to think about starting to feed your Beagle fresh food, fresh home cooked or raw diet. That's the tip that I have. And then you're going to keep your puppy in there. And for the next month, every few days, you're going to start introducing a corner of your house. A little bit of here, freedom here, and then back in the expand. Don't give the whole house to the puppy because it gets overwhelmed and then starts having accidents in the house, and then you start punishing the puppy because it has accidents. You want to start learning to take the puppy outside every 2 hours. You want to learn how to raise a puppy. So the best thing that you can do is to learn puppy. So I'm gonna call Beagle Puppy Basics. I'm gonna put a link in the chat area, Beagle Puppy Basics. Go ahead and watch that and learn everything that you need to do and know about bringing a puppy. I just recently rescued a Beagle puppy, and I documented and have tons of videos about what to do and how to raise a puppy. So that would be a good start. Cynthia is saying, I have an alpha female Anatolian Shepherd and I got a male Great Dane. What will happen when he tries to assert dominance when he gets older? He's 19 weeks now and she's 2 years. So dogs, this is a topic that I could talk about it for hours as well, but dogs, they're not dominant. We have bred domination out of the breeds of dogs. Domination is something that Cesar Millan introduced in 2006, I remember. He introduced this thing, domination, to the public, and people thought, okay, my dog is dominant. No, no dog is dominant. Dogs, domesticated animals, domesticated pets, domesticated dogs, we have bred dominance out of them. If we were breeding dominance dog, we wouldn't breed them anymore. Humans don't want dominant dog. Humans want calm, happy, cooperative dogs. That's what we breed. Now, if you are breeding a dog, if you have a dog who you think is dominant, and you're 100% sure that this dog is dominant, it could be because you got this dog, or this dog was born in a puppy mill where it was bred with other dominant animals or breeds of dogs that made this dog to become dominant. But overall, a typical normal breeds of dogs in general, they're not dominant. The reason you think they are dominant is because you're not in control, you're not in charge. When you're not in charge, your dogs are going to start behaving certain way, which in turn makes you think that they're dominant. So you have to understand that you need to be in control. And that is one of the things that I think dog owners, they don't want to do, or they don't feel comfortable doing it. Or I'm not saying to be a dictator to your dog. What I mean is, whether you want it or not, your dog is designed and bred to be told what to do and to be told how to live. And if you don't do it, then you're not helping your dog. You're not being a responsible dog owner. I understand it that you don't feel comfortable doing it probably, but human to human, telling a human what to do and how to live, you tell another person how to live, what to do, they don't like it, they hate it. But dogs, on the other hand, they love it when you tell them what to do and how to do things. They have been bred to work for humans, by humans, and they've been bred by humans for humans. So we want them to listen to us. The reason we bred them is because we want them to work for us, listen to us, be with us, and you have to, as a human being, As a dog owner, you have to tell your dog what to do and how to do. That's the fact. Whether you like it or not, you have to tell your dog what to do and how to do. If you don't do it, then they start doing their own thing that they think is the right thing to do, right? And then everything that they choose to do is something that doesn't fit well in human society. Therefore, we say that behavior that you chose is wrong and it's unwanted. Therefore, I'm going to translate that behavior as a dominance and I'm going to punish you, or I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Whereas in the first place, you should have taken over and let them know exactly what they're supposed to do, what they're not supposed to do. Your shepherd, especially if you have two strong breeds of dogs, Shepherd and Great Dane. Great Danes are gentle giants, right? They're soft dogs, and Shepherds are strong breeds. So you have a strong breed, that's all it is. It's not a dominant dog, it's a soft breed and a strong breed. And you just have to be in control of both of them. You don't have to be a dictator. You don't have to dominate them. You just have to tell them what to do. Be clear of what you want them to do. If you, for example, I'll give you an example of what I mean of being clear and not to be dominant. If you don't want your shepherd, for example, to be on the couch, so let's say you're in your house, you have three couches. And one of the couches, you don't want it to be on, you don't want your shepherd to be on the couch. You just tell your shepherd, no, that couch, you're not allowed. You can go on the other two couch if you want, but not this couch, right? But you have to say that no to this couch for a long time and for a while, and you can't break that rule. You can't say, okay, today is Friday and it's the pizza night. So we're gonna get on the couch and have a pizza together, and you can come on the couch. You have to be clear, yes or no. Yes on the couch or no. So when you are saying yes on the couch, your shepherd is allowed on the couch 365 days a week, 365 days a year, night and day, wherever you want, whenever it wants to. But if you're saying no, that means your shepherd is not allowed on the couch 365 days a year, no matter what. So you have to be clear. You can't say yes or no, maybe, right? You have to be clear, yes or no. That's how you dominate a dog, by you being clear to the dog, by you being taking the time to teach the dog what is allowed and what is not allowed. And if you do that, then you're going to see the relationship between those two is going to be much more relaxing, and the relationship between you and your dogs also is going to be more relaxing. Does it make sense? Let me know if you have any follow up questions and I'll answer them. I could talk about this topic forever, as I said. Solan is saying thank you. You are very welcome. Elizuba, how are you? I'm doing very well. I'm having a good day. I am grateful for the day. I'm grateful to be here. I am grateful to have and be doing what I'm doing and sharing information, sharing love with dog lovers, and spreading love and information through this channel, through this live session that we're having. And I'm appreciative that I have you as a viewer, and I have you as a member of this community. And we're talking about dogs, and I love dogs, and we're talking about dogs, and that is one of my favorite topics to talk about. I'm doing very well. Thank you. Is it common for dogs to be homosexual? How can you avoid it? Please help. Thank you. Uh, that is a funny question. No, it is not. It is not natural. I have never haven't come across this. What it is, nature will do whatever nature wants to do, right? And it could have, you know, certain things in certain way planned, which is natural, right? If there is a homosexual dog, it is natural. But dogs in general, the way they behave, the reason they are awesome animals is because they live in the moment and they are very open. They are very giving. They are very soft, sweet, open-minded animals. So whenever they do behave certain way, it doesn't mean that if they're homosexual or they hate this or they do this or they do that. It's when humans interpret certain behaviors of animals, and including dogs, into human behavior. They translate these behaviors into human um, thinking. And that's the problem. You have to distinguish between an animal, a dog, and differentiate it between a human. Just because we live in a world that includes animals, including dogs and other stuff, it doesn't mean that humans we can think about everything as humans do. You know what I mean? Uh, Animals they behave differently than humans, and sometimes it may come into acting in a way that we may think that they're behaving certain way. But anything is anything is possible in nature, and that is welcome. Anything that is natural is welcome. Charlie, what do I do if when I wake up my dog is at bottom of the stairs staring at me, looking at me weird, and proceed to wink and run off? Okay, so this is a good question, and I know exactly what you mean and what the problem is and what the solution is. So I don't know if you heard me say this, but this is something that I always talk about. A dog, when a dog wakes up in the morning, the first thing that it needs is exercise. So your dog is saying to you, I need to go for a walk, I need exercise. So dogs in general, they you have to provide them their daily five essential needs, and in this order. Okay, exercise, training, socialization, care, and affection. So you have to provide them in this order, and every day you have to provide them proper amount of exercise, proper amount of training, proper amount of socialization, a lot of love and care and affection, right? So when you do that, what happens is they are happier, healthier, and more relaxed too. So a day should start with exercise, continue with training and socialization, and on and on, right? So you may have to repeat this three, four, five times a day. So you, your dog wakes up in the morning, is telling you, I need exercise. So you have to take it for a walk, half an hour walk or something. And then you, during the walk or when you come back home, you need to do some training, mental stimulation. So physical stimulation, mental stimulation. During the walk or during the day, you need to provide socialization as well. You know, that's the neighbor, that's the neighbor's dog, that's a lawnmower, that's a skateboard, that's a car, socialization. and then care, which is breakfast, and then affection. Okay? If you do this, you'll see that your dog is not going to give you the weird eye. Funny. All right, Lisa. Okay, will do. Thanks so much. I'll make sure to do everything you said. I've also been watching your dog training videos, and they have been helping me to learn on how to train Leo when he comes. That is great. That is awesome to hear. Next question is from Bhumika. Bhumika, thank you for being here. It's still difficult to catch my 3 months old Beagle when he is playing with something. He growls and runs everywhere. He listens always because of treats. How can we make him calm and show him love? So, a 3 months old Beagle, you shouldn't be off leashing it. That's the rule number one. Rule number two, if you're going to off leash it, you have to make sure the environment is safe and secure and it's under control and it's fenced, for instance, right? So the only reason that you're off leashing your Beagle is because your Beagle is playing or is interacting with other dogs. That's the only reason you're off leashing it. Other than that, it stays on a leash for a year until your Beagle is leash trained, off leash trained, and then is ready to be off leash. During this time, which takes about a year, you leash train them, you train them to be the basic obedience, you train them to be in next levels of obedience, which includes intermediate and advanced level obedience. And during this time, you're teaching them the commands of sit, stay, calm, and then you expect them to give you the behavior that you want. At this age, they don't know what calm is. They don't know what everything is. Therefore, you shouldn't have any expectation for your Beagle to listen to you, right? So the first thing that you need to understand and do is don't off leash your Beagle. And if you off leash your Beagle and your Beagle is not listening to you and you're asking it to come, don't have any expectations for your Beagle to come. And also, don't ask your Beagle to come, because when you're asking it to come and it doesn't come, you're teaching and your Beagle is practicing not to come. So it's better not to teach bad behaviors and teach the wanted behaviors. So you keep your Beagle on a leash and train it to come to you all the time. I have videos, for example, on my channel, how to teach a Beagle to come. I shared in the chat area. If you go back and forth in the chat area, you'll see a link to Beagle calm command. Watch that video, it will help you. And if you want to learn how to make him calm and show him love, is by this, by providing your Beagle daily needs: exercise, training, socialization, care, and affection. By providing these 5 daily needs for your Beagle every day, you will show and teach your Beagle to be calm, and your Beagle will know that you definitely love it. Okay? Great questions. Edu is saying, I have a 3 month German Shepherd dog pup. It chooses when to listen to instruction. I ask it to sit down or stop chewing on something, but it doesn't listen. How do I change that? So the way you change that is you work on it a little bit more. If it's not listening, it means it hasn't registered the behavior, it hasn't registered in your dog yet. At 3 months old, it's too early to learn everything completely. It takes 6 months to a year to have a trained dog. That's the reality. For the 6 months or a year, I would say realistic way of looking at average dog owner, average person is a year. For a year, you have to train it, and then after a year, you're gonna say, yes, now I have a trained dog, and my dog knows everything. But for a year, your goal is to teach and train, and not have 100% expectations. And for example, now I use it as a gauge. So what I mean by that is when you're training your dog, you're saying, okay, it's 3 months old, and I'm saying sit, and it doesn't list. It sits, but it doesn't, right? Or stay, doesn't listen. So it's a gauge to you and a sign that it's not ready yet. Maybe when it's 6 months old, you're going to say sit is going to do this, boom, sit, right? When it's 7 months old, it's going to do this. When it's a year old, boom, right? So it's a gauge. Just think of it as a gauge that it represents where your dog's learning state of mind is, right? So it's just telling you where your dog is. It's like you can't ask a third grade kid a question about seventh grade material. They're not there yet, right? You're asking a puppy, a 3 month old puppy, to give you the results of a seventh grade, which is unrealistic. So it not only tells you that you need to work on more, it tells you where your puppy is. So just use it, engage it, and learn that your dog needs a little bit more time. Monk should. Hi, what should we do to our dog when we all leave the dog alone in our house, and does Beagle rips the couches and other stuff while we are not home? This is the only problem for us. Please help. So there are two things that you have to learn and understand. One is if you're leaving your dog or puppy home alone, Teresa, this is also, we talked about it earlier. If you're going to leave your dog or puppy home alone, um, make sure that it's in a safe environment. The safest environment for a puppy or a dog to be is inside a crate. Because if you give them the whole house or partial of the house, they will get stressed and anxious, and they will, damage the house or the furniture, right? So the reason they get stressed or anxious is because they don't know what to do when you're absent, when you're not home. So this is why I suggest you to teach your dog to stay and wait commands, right? The wait command, it teaches the dog to wait for you rather than get stressed and anxious of your absence. So your absence is the reason it causes them to destroy the couches or the house, because the anxiety is causing them to behave that. The reason they're anxious is because they don't know what to do. You never haven't taken the time to teach them to wait for you. And to teach a dog to wait is different command. It's a different procedure that you have to train. So there's a difference between wait and stay. As I said, if you want to learn more, go a little bit back in this video, and you'll see me explaining about this, the difference between wait and stay, and teach that to your dog, and it will be better. So my suggestion is keep it in the crate. Second, teach your beagle to wait. If you want to learn how to teach your dog the wait command, I have video in my channel. And training dog to stay home alone. going to share the link for this video in the chat area. Go ahead and watch that video and learn that. And the other thing is, the other suggestion I have is, if you're going to leave your beagle home alone, make sure that there's somebody looking after it. If you can ask a friend or family to look after it, even better. Okay. Also, how should we stop them from barking? So again, barking and chewing and digging and damaging the furniture is all results of being anxious and confused and not knowing why they are being left home alone. So one of the things that happens when you leave a dog home alone, what happens is they think that you're punishing them. Dogs are bred and designed to live with humans, by humans, and be always intimate with humans. So if you separate them, what happens is they think that you're punishing them. They think they have done something wrong and you're punishing them. So they get anxious and stressed when they think that way. So therefore, they start destroying the house. So if you tell them, no, I'm not upset from you. I'm not upset by you. I'm not angry at you. I'm just going somewhere and I'll be back. You just wait for me. If you teach that, then they will learn to tolerate it. But if you don't teach it, they don't know what's going on. So therefore, they will behave that way. Peeling, what should I feel? I think feed my 2-year-old beagle. She's kind of overweight. um, if you think that your beagle is overweight, there are 3 things that you need to consider. 1 is the diet, 2 is the exercise level, and 3 is the lifestyle. The diet, you should be feeding fresh food. Again, fresh food. What I mean, let me show you an example of fresh food. I had it somewhere around here. I had it somewhere, but I think I have it here. Okay, so this is what I mean by fresh food. Okay, so you add a little bit of green vegetables with some meat, raw meat, some egg, and that's fresh food. I add some supplement as well, omega oil, some probiotics and prebiotics, some vitamins, and that's about it. So basically, that's all you want to feed your dog. That's what I mean by fresh food. That's what I mean. If you want to watch this video, it's called Raw Feeding Beagle Basics and Recipe. So that would be my suggestion of feeding your dog. The other suggestion that I have is, that's better. The other suggestion I have is try to exercise your beagle at least, half an hour in the morning, half an hour in the evening, if possible, right? So as you can see, my wife is preparing one of the meals for my beagle. So that's what I mean by fresh food. Okay, fresh food is not that big deal. This is what they love to eat. This is what they love to be fed. You mix it up, mix all these ingredients, and then there's my beagle Harvey, and he's going to eat it. We tell him to sit, stay, and then go ahead, and he eats it. Right? He loves it. He enjoys this meal better than kibble or dry food. So that's what we mean when we say fresh food. Okay, so that's one thing that you want to consider: fresh food. And exercising your beagle at least twice a day, half an hours a day. And the lifestyle is very important. Emotion, most of the time when beagles or dogs are overweight, it has to do with their emotions as well. What I mean by does with their emotions is, when they're emotionally stressed, they will be, it will cause them to gain weight and become overweight. That's because you're not providing their daily five essential needs, which is exercise, training, socialization, care, and affection. You're probably focused on one or two of them, which is care and affection, maybe. Most of the time, when beagles or dogs are overweight, and I have come across dog owners, they love their dog a lot and they care a lot for them, but they forget about socialization and training and exercise. When you don't provide those, what happens is your beagle or your dog becomes stressed and anxious, and that causes them to have an unhealthy lifestyle. So diet and exercise level and lifestyle is the reason why your dog is overweight. Speaking of overweight, I have a video that you can watch how to help your dog to lose weight fast. I'm going to share the link for this video in the chat area. Go ahead and watch that, and go through the steps again and learn and help your beagle to lose some weight. Okay, there are lots of questions, and I'm going to quickly go through them because we only have 15 minutes. Okay, uh, that's great. Sorry, yeah, it's so hard, I do my best. Sorry about that. Peeling, what should I feed my 2-year-old beagle? What you want to feed your beagle is, I just shared a link. I think I did. I shared a link, what to feed your dog. Let me share it one more time. I call it What Should You Feed Your Beagle? I'm going to share the link in the chat area. Watch that, and that's what I feed. So, as I showed earlier, this is what I feed my dog. Let me show it one more time. This is what I feed my dog, okay? Meat, a little bit of green vegetables, right? Green leafy vegetables, an egg, some supplements, and that's about it. That's all I feed my dog. Nothing big deal, nothing scary, nothing complicated. Just have to learn what to feed. Okay. Elizuba, we have two males and one female. The male Spitz is following the male JRT all the time in a weird way, marks everything everywhere. JRT was friend with Spitz, not anymore. He literally bit his ear off. So there's lots of things happening in the house that is causing stress and anxiety in the energy of the house. Okay, that's because one, they are stressed, that's why they are acting that way. Two is because you don't take charge, you don't control them, you don't tell them who's in control. The human has to be in control. Again, I talked about it earlier. Human, unfortunately, has to be in control. It's not dictatorship, it's not domination, it's just the way, it's natural way of living. Humans, they don't like to be told what to do, but animals, dogs, they love to be told what to do, and you have to tell them. If you don't tell them, they get stressed, and this is what happens. They start behaving certain way. So you have to be in charge. You have to tell each one of them, do this, don't do that. Don't do this, do this. Okay? You have to tell them without being angry, without being anxious, without being aggressive, calmly, gently, and firmly say to them, yes, no. So saying yes, that's not it. Or no, that's not it. Saying yes, no, that's not it either. Those are two extreme ways of saying yes or no. So this is a natural way of saying yes and no. Yes, no, yes, no. See, there's no emotions or feeling attached to them. That's how you are clear to your dog. And that's how you make sure that each individual dog gets the same energy level from you. Okay, so JRT, your Jack Russell Terrier, maybe is a little bit soft or hard. Spits are hard or soft. It doesn't matter anything. It just means that you have to give them the same energy, but you have to tell them what to do. And these are the three things that they are looking forward. Every dog, every day wakes up in the morning. These are the things they need from humans. They need affection, attention, and acknowledgement from the human, and maybe from other dogs who are living with. But if the human provides these and essential needs of a dog, which are exercise, training, socialization, care, and affection, they will relax, and all these weird behaviors are going to fade away and go away. Okay, Christina says thank you. I'll be looking forward for that video. That is great. Danielle is saying you said to go outside every 2 hours with the dog to pee or poop, but he's 50 days old. That's why I asked, isn't he too young to go outside? No, he's not too young. Every puppy, as soon as they can walk, as soon as they open their eyes, you can take them outside. You pick them up, put them outside. You put them on a leash or a harness, walk them outside. It's they can do it. Dogs, puppies grow faster than you think so. They grow faster than humans, babies. Greek Freak, is Eukalimba food brand good for 2 months old beagle? No. No kibble or dry food is good for dogs or animal. No matter what brand of food you're buying, no matter how much you're paying for it, no matter how good that company is saying that is good or bad, it doesn't matter what they say, it's not good. I wouldn't feed my dogs any of those kind of food. You know what I mean? Um, Let me see if I can find that video. So let me see if we can watch this. So let me see if we can watch this.
You can cut it.
So let me see if I can hold on just a minute. Let me prepare this. I didn't prepare it properly. It's repeating. Hold on. Just give me a minute. Okay. I think I'm ready. No, this is not the video. I was looking for a video. This is not it. Sorry. I wouldn't feed that. I wouldn't feed that food. Eukalimba. Any brand of food that you're feeding, any brand of dry food or dog food or kibble that you're feeding is no good. I would never ever feed my dog that. Okay, I would feed fresh food. I would feed food like this. Okay, I would feed something like this. This is more natural, more much more healthier, and it's fresh. You feed this, your dog will be happy and healthy and well behaved. I guarantee you. Okay. Next question is vegan food for dogs good for dogs? No. Dogs are not supposed to be vegan. Dogs need to eat meat. 75% of their diet should be meat and only 25% vegetables or vegan. Right? They need to have meat in their diet. Humans can tolerate being vegan, not for a long time, but they can tolerate. Dogs, it is very unnatural for them to be vegan. Uh, Ganesh is saying hello, Saro. Hello, Ganesh. Thank you for being here. When should I start training my Beagle puppy? Today, right now. After you watch this video, go ahead and start training your Beagle puppy. The way you're going to do it is you're going to start um, from puppy level, and then you're going to start going to basic obedience level. Puppy level is puppy training. Um, so this is the video you're going to watch. I'm going to share a video in the chat area, puppy training. It's not a beagle, but this is what you're going to do. You're going to start training your puppy right away that way. And if you want, you can also join my puppy training course, online puppy training course. I have a special going on at the moment. You get 20% off the regular rate by using the code summer 2020 in a cart, and you get 20% off. So if you want to take advantage of that, that would be a great start. That's how you start training your puppy. Soneda, my friend's dog pit bull puppies will be barking at night. At night, if a puppy is barking, is because it hasn't had one could be that it hasn't had good physical and mental stimulation during the day, so it's not tired. Two could be that it wants to go pee and poo or do its business, and you need to take the pit bull puppy out and let it do its business. It's telling you I need to go. So could be few reasons. Teresa, 30% of calories under Sicilian is the truth that you do not approve of the wire crates and rather her for that the travel carriers is used as a crate. Yeah, I'm not understanding the first part, but yeah, the wire crates are not ideal because they're not safe. They're just foldable, and it's just not safe. I don't feel safe when to use that. I feel more safe with the regular travel crates, those solid ones. That's much better. Is it true that a crate, which I have and traveled crate that I have, are not the same? Do you prefer one over the other? Yes. So let me see if I can show you this. Um, so you see, like this is better than this because this it's easy, even though it's easy to put it together and fold it and put it together and take it here and there. You can do the same thing with this. You just have to unscrew them, and it's safer and it's more solid and uh, it's covered more. And dogs in general, they like to be covered rather than have this opening, all these openings. This is just that you're putting them in jail. It feels like you're putting them in jail behind bars, whereas this, you're putting them in a den, in a bedroom. You know what I mean? The difference? That's what I mean. Sunanda, my pug Mike will be barking at night, and I give them food, water, etc. But why does it bark? Probably because you give them at night food and water. They need to go and do their business. So puppies have to go out every 2 hours. So make sure that you, even during the night, you're taking them out every 2 hours. Emily Smith. Hello, my 1 year old Rottweiler panics, whines, pants, and drools a lot in his crate when I leave him. But when my boyfriend leaves him in the crate, he's totally fine. What am I doing wrong? So that means your puppy is having separation anxiety from you, is suffering separation anxiety from you. With your boyfriend, he doesn't care much. He doesn't care about your boyfriend much, but he cares a lot about you. So that means you are very attached to your Roddy, and your Roddy is very attached to you. So what that means is, again, you have to teach your Roddy the wait command. And if you want to learn the wait command, I have videos on my channel. Let me share this with you guys one more time so you have a good idea of what I'm talking about. So if you go to my channel, there's my channel, and if you go to, let's say, videos, right? And if you're looking for a video and you can't find it, go to search area. And in this case, you're looking for example, wait command. Okay, just type wait command and press enter, and it will show you all the videos that I have about wait command. So these are the videos that I want you to watch. Watch wait command, and there's teach wait part 2. Okay, so these are the videos that I want you to learn about wait command. That's the difference between stay and wait. That's where you learn. Okay, so the difference between stay and wait. The wait is good to teach your puppy and your dog, so it won't wait for you. You know what I mean? So that's what happens when your body is panicking, is because it doesn't know what happened, and it's that separation of from you. It causes anxiety and stress in your body. Therefore, you want to teach it to wait. Okay? Yeah, that's the answer. Sharon, my dog is 2 years old and he's a lab. He's almost barking to every street dog. I really need some advice for his behavior. Thank you for answering. The reason is barking is stress. It's too much. It's maybe when you're putting in that situation, it's too much. So you want to do is what you want to do is practice the walking to pay more attention to you rather than the dogs. So I have a video in my channel. What I'm going to do, I'm going to link that video in the channel, in the comments area, leash control. I'll link the video to this video in the comments area after the show in an hour or two. Come back and watch the video or read the comments in area, and the link would be there in the description area. Sorry. So I'm just going to quickly go through the rest of the questions. We have just a couple of more minutes to answer the questions. How to convince parents to buy a good dog, and please say which dogs are best for nuclear nuclear family. Please, please, please. To in order for a You see, this is a good question. I can't recommend what dog to get. You just have to figure out what type of dog you like and get that. But to convince your parents, you have to be a responsible kid yourself. Okay, you have to be a responsible person. If you are busy with your life, with your school, with your activities, it's not a good time probably to have a dog. But if you want to learn responsibility, dogs are a good form of being responsible and learning responsibility. But if you want to get a dog, you have to be 100% committed to your dog. That means you have to take care of it, you have to walk it, you have to brush it, you have to look after it. You can't expect your parents to look after it. But in general, kids are not ideal uh, individuals to have a dog. They can't. You can't be responsible because you're at that age that you can't have responsibility. Your parents have to be responsible. And when your parents are responsible, they have to look after it. So therefore, you have to make sure that your parents are capable of having a dog. Are they busy? Are they having a hard time in their life? Maybe they can't have a dog at the moment. Maybe they have to take care of you. All these things you have to consider. At what the age is best to start training? What command to start? Which with what are some really good homemade treats that can be used for training? These are good questions. I have the answers to all these questions, but unfortunately, we ran out of time. And I'm sorry that there are tons of questions left and I haven't answered them. But please uh, come back to the channel and ask your questions again. I'll be back next Friday to this same spot and come back here and answer your questions. Search my YouTube channel as I showed earlier, a little bit earlier. I showed my how you can search my channel and for your answers. I have videos all about everything. Um, Thank you very much for being here. I really appreciate your time to spend with me every week. If you have any questions, leave those questions in the comments area and I'll read them and I'll answer them as well. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to comment in my videos and in all my videos. Watch my videos, share my videos, share my channel with all the dog lovers in the world, with your friends and family. Let's grow this channel to the level that it will be blowing up quickly. It is growing up, but we need to make sure that it grows a little bit faster than this. I thank you very much. I appreciate your time being here, and I really love what I do, and I hope you enjoy this live show. And until next time, have fun with your dog.